This camera has 4 megapixels, not 40, not 14, 4. So this morning I got up before sunrise, drove out to my local preserve to see what I could get. Every instinct told me this was a bad idea, but this is what I learned. So this is the Nikon D2Hs, which came out in 2004, over 20 years ago. It was built for speed, burst shooting, low light photojournalism. Landscape photography really wasn't the point for this camera. But I keep hearing the same question from viewers and from myself. How many megapixels do you actually need? So I brought this camera to the preserve this morning to find out. So I'm not in a lab, there's no charts. I'm in the field with real light. Now the D2H has a viewfinder that feels different from modern cameras. There's a physical weight behind the decisions. No live view, no flip screen. You commit before you press the shutter. I kept the ISO at 500. Nothing above that, because on this sensor, things start to soften. Not catastrophically, but enough to notice in post. What I noticed, and I didn't expect this, is that the camera made me slow down. There's something about knowing you only have 4 megapixels. I sent the drone up while I was waiting for the light to shift, watching the same landscape from above and seeing what changes when you're on the ground. I came back to the D2Hs with a different composition in mind. Here's the first file out of the D2Hs. First thing I noticed is I should probably have thought about cleaning this sensor. So I'm just going to do a real quick color correct on this and just to see what I can pull out of it real quick. So first order business is I'm just going to be lazy and I'm just going to use AI remove on all these spots. Like I said, the sensor was pretty cruddy. Probably should have just cleaned it real quick, but you know, I was pressed for time. All right, that's looking a little bit better without getting too, you know, too crazy on the cleanup. All right, so that's looking a little bit better. Not the best shot. Now that I think about it, I should have been over here and had a more neutral background here on the right. I'm not crazy about the fact that that tree's there, but we're gonna make it work. I'm gonna do a quick crop on it. I'm gonna do a 1x1 so we can square it out a little more. And one of the things I'm gonna do off the bat is I'm just gonna open the shadows up. Now, the thing with this camera I've noticed is that if you open the shadows up, they break up pretty bad. You could see down here how they're really noisy. So you want to watch how far you push those shadows, because this camera has a tendency for those shadows to break up. So now push the shadows up a little bit. I'm actually going to pull the highlights down a little bit, and I'm going to cool the whole image down just a little bit like that. And just give it a little bit of clarity, not a whole lot of clarity, just a little bit, and just a little bit of dehaze. So a little bit of exposure, not much. And then stylistic wise, I'm going to come down here to the very bottom. We're going to do vignette on it, and we're just going to pull down a bunch of that vignetting because that's kind of like my concept. I might actually drop a quick mask in down here. No, not detecting landscape. We'll go to linear gradient, just pull up the bottom of the shot a little bit. Just add a little bit exposure in here. and a little bit of contrast just to pump it up a little bit more. I could also, if I really wanted to get crazy, I could do the same thing on the right side of the image here. I can brush it down. But basically, that's the basic shot. Pretty clean, right out of camera. There's a little pieces of like some kind of trash or something in here I would take out too. So that's basically your color version. And you know, if I just crank the saturation, and you know, if I just do a global crank the saturation down, that's your black and white version. You know, not one of my best shots by far, but the idea is, for the sake of the demo, it actually looks pretty good for what the camera is. So here's a quick comparison between the two cameras. On the left is my Nikon, my D2Hs, and on the right is my Fuji, my GFX 50S2. Totally different technology, totally different cameras, but you can see that, you know, the images kind of hold up, especially the one on the left really does not look all that bad. So here's what I'll tell you honestly. The Nikon D2Hs is not a landscape camera. It was never designed to be, and the 4 megapixels will limit you, especially if large prints or heavy cropping is part of your workflow. But what it gave me this morning surprised me. It gave me patience. It made every frame feel like a commitment. If you have an old camera sitting in a drawer, it might be worth one more morning. If this was useful, subscribe. I put a new video out every week. And if you're working through older gear and wondering if it's worth keeping, drop me a comment. I like to read every one. Thanks for watching the video.